you asked the question about get a little more information about how do we use handling techniques with people with tactile defensiveness or trauma, or what things should we be aware of?
The only other thing that I'd add was the point about accepting the child saying no, but not being afraid to challenge or encourage them to try it again.
Yeah, yeah. And so with kids with ASD and Floortime sessions, I do that all the time. Now, the kids that are just no kids, right? And you get stuck in like, what can I do now? But so you honor it, but then you still get to have your ideas, you know, so it can be like, can I have a red block? No. Oh, no. But it looks so nice. Can I? No, no, oh, no, no. You're saying no. Oh, I like it. Can I maybe just, you know, and you can have this dance and you get this back and forwards. And it's that slight difference. It's not being disrespectful. It's maybe being cheeky. It's maybe being, you know, playful. You've got to watch when you push it too far and you're stressing them out. But there is this piece where it helps them actually get lots of trials of someone respecting their no. Even though it sort of seems like you're not respecting it, you're coming at it from different angles, and every time you're honoring what they're saying. Parents that, so to sort of segue that with the defensiveness and the light touch piece, so many parents of these kids that are nonverbal, the one place that the kid lights up is when does the kid laugh and giggle and scream? What's the activity the parent does that makes OTs freak out?
Tickling?
Yeah. Tickling. But tickling is the one time that the kid will like laugh and look, and if I'm honest, actually, like I think the kids do come for it, and they ask for it sometimes even, and then they're out of there because it's too much. And so you can't just take that away from parents, because it is often the one time that they see their kids smile and laugh, but then it's all over in a few seconds. And so one activity that I help parents with, sometimes we call it the no game. But it's basically the tickle game. And so where a parent will often have the kid in front of them and they go, tickle, tickle, tickle. Like, all right, can you come in and can you give a whole lot of information to say it's coming? And then you're going to watch their cues and honor their cues, right? So I'm going to go, ooh, ooh, ooh. And somewhere in there, often with these kids, you're going to go, ooh, ooh, and the kid goes like this, and you go, oh. So you're helping them tune into their body, right? They've done that. They probably didn't even realize they did that, but you're recognizing that you got a little bit intense. And so, like, if I'm like this, am I ready to engage with you in a calm, regulated way? I'm doing it because I'm excited, but with these kids that have such a narrow band, you're likely to lose them. So then I back off a bit, and maybe I take a breath. So I'm like, ooh, ooh, oh, oh, here it comes. I'm coming again. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And you often find you get like a third wave that time, and the kid's like, you're like, oh. Sometimes it's like, and you're like, no. So sometimes it's no, and sometimes it's oh. And you're just recognizing the response. They're giving you a cue, they're communicating something to you, and you're just taking a second to mark that moment and let their nervous system recover. Do you guys see that? You see that by them going like that, they're escalating, and they're still with you, but give them a chance to come back down because they've got this narrow band. And so you can raise it up and down, raise it up and down. And sometimes these kids that the parent would come in for a tickle, it's a 5-second activity, and then they run off to the other end of the house. Now you've got these waves, and so now suddenly you've got 3, 4, 5 circles of communication going with the child. You've started to add some elasticity to their band of arousal as you challenge, and then you recover, and then you challenge, and then you recover, and then you challenge. And I find that with this game, after sort of 4 times, then it's like, whoa, or, and you get to here, and they pull your hands into their belly. So then you've got initiation, you've got active planning, they've seen the affordance, they've made something happen rather than passively being done to. And then, of course, as OTs, we don't tickle. We give like a belly shake or a belly rub or something with firm pressure. And maybe we do it with some rhythm. Boom, 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 boom. That makes sense?
I really like how the way you're explaining you approach it just allows for so much more engagement.
It stretches. So then, but suddenly we've got an activity that's now 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. You can play 5 or 10 rounds of this because you've allowed them to recover in between. And, you know, so what have I worked on? I've worked on social engagement. We've got longer stretches of shared attention. I've got more back and forward circles of communication. I've headed towards more complex communication if they've actually pulled me in and they're not just responding, but they're actually actively requesting for you to do the tickle type input. We've got eye contact in there that goes along with the shared attention and the engagement. We're working on regulation as we add an elasticity to that band, and we nudge it up and we bring it down, and we nudge it up and we bring it down. So much is happening in that one little activity. And then probably because we haven't tipped them over with the tickle at the end, then we come back and go, oh, they might even reach out to us more overtly. And so then we're getting clearer, more overt requests for an activity as well. Maybe they vocalize, they say go, they say tickle, you know, something like, so got all these opportunities that we build this anticipation, but we're also working on their regulation, longer stretches of engagement, more circles of back and forwards interaction. And it's all done respectfully as well. You're also giving them, empowering them to communicate and tune into their own body and what their own body is communicating. And their affordances of their own body to make stuff happen and to be an agent on the world and the people in their environment.